Welcome to another installment of the Mastercam Studio at ProtoTek. Here's the topic of today's video.
Hello, are you new or soon to be new to using Mastercam and curious about its workflow? Hi, my name's Eric, a member of the support team here at ProtoTek, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the basic workflow of Mastercam 2026. I'm going to start pretty simple. First, you're either going to want to open up your file and set origin or draw something. Typically, you'll probably be opening a file, but I'm just going to draw a quick block. Once you have your file and the origin is set, you need to decide what machine you want to program. I'll pick a Haas. You can now do a quick stock setup. I'll just make a piece of rectangular stock based off the size of my part. Maybe just adjust it for nominal sizes. Next up in the process is deciding which toolpath you want to use. Training helps with this. I'm going to do a basic contour. This is our wall finishing path. Once you've selected which type of toolpath you want to create, you then pick from the screen what geometry you want to use to create this toolpath. I want to contour the outside of the part, so that is what I'll select. Where I click determines where my cutter will start and which way the cutter will travel around the part. So I've selected this to start cutting on the front face and to climb mill. The endpoint I click nearest to is where it'll start. The entity I click on first is the first thing that'll be cut. Once I've defined the geometry I want to machine, I now define how I want to cut it. Things like which tool to use, to leave stock or not. There are a lot of pictures to help you out along the way. For instance, if I want to leave 20,000 stock, the graphic also updates, showing in yellow that there's going to be stock left. Or if I go negative stock, the graphic updates in red, indicating that I'll be gouging. During the process, if I'm curious about where I'm at and what my toolpath looks like at any point in time, I can hit this apply button and it gives me a preview of where I'm currently at with my settings. Notice I picked that I wanted to start the cut at the corner, but it is starting at the midpoint. That is a setting on this page. Starting at the midpoint is handy in pockets, but maybe on the outside I want to start on the corner. I'll just turn off the start at midpoint. I can preview the path again and see that it has been updated. This looks good, so I'll accept it. Once I have the path completed, I can view it in my back plot or verify. Verify has a handy compare function to test if my cuts are good or if I missed cuts. This is a fairly simple thing here, but it still shows all green, showing me everything's been cut, except for the extra stock I had at the bottom of the part. If I want to make any adjustments to my toolpath, it's always there. I can redo my geometry in my chain manager, or I can access all my toolpath settings here in the parameters. What if I need to make changes? Maybe I planned on this running in the Haas, but it needs to go to another machine. I can simply swap out the post. I'll move it to an Akuma. When I want to generate the code for the cut, I just hit G1. Other modifications are relatively easy as well. Maybe I need to add fillets to the part. The toolpaths are associated to the geometry, so they did go dirty, but I can simply regenerate them and update with the changes. Or maybe I need to change origin. If I want to go off the corner, that is a little bit harder to pick now because the corner no longer exists, but I have tools for dealing with this. I can say I want the intersection point. Pick the two entities, and I can still find the corner without having to draw any additional geometry. Once again, my paths are associated to the geometry, so they simply need a regeneration. We hope you enjoyed the quick look at the workflow in Mastercam. Thanks for watching.